Hi viewers, I've got a little story for you today. This goes back quite a few years, and well, a good part of my life has been spent working in retail, and now right from the fancy retail to the supermarket kind of retail as well. So this story comes from I think my last episode of formal employment at retail. So when you walk into a shop, let's say clothes, you have a trial piece, and then you have pieces that are folded and kept on display, which is usually where you pick up one to buy it from yourself from a customer standpoint. So yeah, so get to the story. So this person walks in with his whole family, and he's trying to buy something for the kid, and he just doesn't give that right vibe. As soon as he walks in, I just feel that why is this human being around me? He himself was not very in a very pleasant state by himself either. So I had just logged in and whatever. So he said, I would like to try this for my kid. I said, yes, there is a piece that is separately kept for trial. And like, no, but I'd like to try a new one. I'm like, if you're going to try the new one and if it fits, you're going to buy that piece. Like, because it's fresh, it's brand new, it hasn't been tried out, nobody's worn it or tested it. And he said, yeah, I can do that. And then the kid tries it out. It works perfectly, fits perfectly. And he's like, okay, now give me a fresh piece. I'm like, what kind of a fucking idiot are you? Right? Because we had this conversation that I'm giving you a fresh piece to try out for your kid under the contractual obligation that you're going to buy it. You agreed to it. And now he's like, no, but then now it's a trial piece. I don't want it. I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck are you on? So I tried reasoning with him that, hey, this is going to cost me something because now I have two trial pieces out there because one your kid tried and it's already messed up. Like I cannot put it as a fresh piece for whatever for multiple multitude of reasons. Or even if I do have to put it out as a fresh piece, it's going to take quite some amount of effort from my part, and that's why we spoke about this. That you're going to buy the piece that you're going to try, buy the fresh piece that you're going to try if and when it fits. Well, this guy is like some world, and you're like, no, but I'm the customer. You should be able to do this for me. And I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, you don't own me, motherfucker. You don't own the company either. But then, hey, yeah, you're probably right. You're having a fucking idiotic bad day and you're trying to take that out on me. Which I later on realized is what is going on with him. So I like, yeah, dude, whatever. Like, fuck, you're not making me any worse in my eyes by giving you a fresh piece. I'm like, yeah, I gotta put on extra work. I will curse the shit out of you when I'm doing that extra work. You're not gonna be there to face it, so I might as well do it to myself, do it by myself. So I took the fresh piece, gave it to him, and I even said, I hope you have a good day, with genuine concern to him because he was fucked in the head. And yeah, although for the next few days I had to rethink so many of my life choices because of this encounter, and I had to run this whole, like, it was like a replay of this whole scenario. Like, could I have done this better? Should I have let somebody else deal with it because I was too personally involved at that point? I would have just had a fresh pair of eyes look at the situation, and they would have said, no, dude, fuck, take the bike, take the product that you said you were going to take, don't inconvenience us, something like that. I could have done so many things differently, but today for some reason that story fucking popped up in my head, and I was just smiling. Like, I was replaying that statement, that sentiment that he put across me when he said, hey, but if you don't like to do this job, you shouldn't be in this job, you should just do what the customer says. Something to that effect is what he said. And I was just smiling when I was replaying. Why am I saying rerunning? Replaying that situation in my head because I've confirmed, reconfirmed, and lived through the fact that this motherfucker was just unhappy with himself, and he would just go to whatever extent possible to make somebody else unhappy, and then in some kind of sadistic manner derive pleasure or satisfaction from it, which is cool. I've done that. A lot of people do that. It's one of the coping mechanisms. Is it ethical to do it? I don't know. There's so many other fucking things that are not ethical and that still happen. But this story's gone on for too long. But then, hey, there are all kinds of human beings. I myself, at one point, used to go and walk into motorcycle showrooms just to feel good about myself. I don't buy anything. I'm not mean to them. I just walk in and say, hey, okay, this bike, can I test ride? And then they'll be like, oh, yes, somebody's going to buy it. So they're going to be nice to me. They're going to be accommodative. When I ask them for EMI prices, they will sit down and calculate. They will assume that I am going to buy it and then I'm the fucking king. I've done that, but I'm not mean to anyone. That's a different story because I come from the other side of the pond, the fence as well. So everybody to each their own. But then, yeah, sometimes when you do your own thing, it kind of reflects onto the other person. Depending on how strong or weak the other person is, they're gonna have a terrible day as well. Bottom line, fuck that asshole. But even more than fuck that asshole, I want to be. I want to feel. I don't want to feel bad for him. I just want to feel that genuinely, whatever the fuck bothers him, I hope he has the balls to get out of it and fix it, rather than live such a pithy life and try to make other people's life pithy as well. I'm sure he's like middle management, some motherfucking sales dude who hates his job, hates his wife, hates his fat, ugly wife. And she's fat and ugly because she doesn't want to be pretty for him because he's a horrible person. Wow, that went into a whole other tangent. Let's cut the crap out and go to bed individually. Like, I'm going to bed. You got the point. So, good night, people. Thanks for tuning in. And it's a wonderful story in my life. I'm so happy that I got to share it with y'all, and more importantly, realize how I've turned myself around. I mean, I was pithy about it that day, but even now, if I think about that, if I just close my eyes and think about it again, I want to smile. But I'm not going to prolong this video just for that entertainment. So, bye. Thanks for tuning in. Ta